3 new knees, blood sugars that are regularly over 20, and hospitalised for more than 3 months with a severe brain infection that almost finished him off. Is this Yorkshire's toughest man? I'm Andy and this is my wife Claire. We travelled the UK and Europe in our DIY camper van St Christopher of Atlantis with our dog Pablo.
In this video we have come to the sleepy Yorkshire coastal village of Ulrome to visit Andy's dad, who is recovering from the fight of his life. The plan was to set off Saturday night and spend the evening with him, but Pablo has been very poorly all week. We decided that he needed to see a vet first to find out what was going on.
Turns out that Pablo isn't one of Yorkshire's hardest men and has a hot spot under his chin. Whilst most dogs take these in their stride, Pablo is more sensitive than most and he's lost all interest in life. He's got a course of antibiotics and the course is cooler than where we live, so he set off to see my parents and also Pablo's mum and dad the following day. For those of you that don't know, Pablo was given to us by my parents after their dogs had a beautiful, sensitive and often mardy little boy we now call Soft Lad. We've come to Hornsea. Pablo is feeling a bit better this morning. He's had 2 antibiotics now.
He's had 2, yep.
And he's feeling a little bit better. When we took him to the vets yesterday, he got looked over and he's got a hot spot. What's a hot spot? No. You were going to do that
program, yeah.
No, well, he doesn't.
Take him to the beach, his favourite place.
Here we go.
This is what I have to put up with from your father.
That's a right lens.
Do you want your tea?
Yeah.
So this is Hornsea. We're going to have a little look round. I think we came to Hornsea and stayed in a cafe. We had a drink in a cafe once.
Was that Hornsea, was it?
Yeah, that were here. It was brilliant.
Is that with the binoculars?
Yeah. Look at Pablo. He's looking a lot better.
He's much happier. Look.
Yeah. He's a lot better. Ooh, bright lights, Hornsea.
Gonna set my soul on fire.
Let's have a look at you. Look. Oh, yeah, you look lovely now. Trousers on. Thing.
I say you didn't have your trousers on, did you, Dad?
Well, you got to put yourself about.
That's it. So that's your danger poo. I don't know why he does that.
Oh, it's a new bag as well. Got to get it open. It's not coming out, so it's there. It's not coming out. Stuck.
Well,
Pabbers.
gonna have to walk it off, Pabs.
Oh, he's uncomfortable for this now.
Well, I'm uncomfortable. What are you doing?
Shall I try and pull it out?
No. Can't pull it out. Walking like John Wayne.
It's hanging out the back.
Oh! Claire, it's trying to take a
I've been really ill. I had a suspected stroke, but they proved me wrong. I had 4 abscesses on my brain. 1 I had removed and 3 treated with 10 weeks worth of what? Antibiotics.
Oh yeah, this is beautiful. Weather's beautiful. No dogs. Does that mean what? On the beach? No dogs
Oh, okay.
on this bit at all.
Let's go over here then.
Can't have a dog on the... even on there. Bit harsh. Is it?
Do you have them try it down here?
Yeah, if you want. Looks like there's more going off.
So where do you think was the cafe? Do you think that's down there?
What?
Where do you think the cafe was? I think it was down there.
Don't know.
So what do you remember about being in hospital then?
Fortunately, nothing at first. You told me I had a scar on my head, and they drilled a hole in my skull. Normally, abscesses are caused by infections, bad teeth.
Look at your teeth, you've got right teeth.
They've taken me out.
Come on, don't let illusion go bad, you've got a right set now.
The ones that I had before weren't stuck in. It's a process I have to go through.
You don't just wake up looking like this.
No, yeah,
It takes work.
yeah, it takes time.
Port of call.
Pablo, a drink.
Oh wow.
It's good.
So, Pablo's not been eating or drinking, but now he wants to.
That's good news.
Good news.
Oh, drinking more. Good boy.
Good lad.
So I got moved to various hospitals, but I can't remember that either. I remember racing with ambulance and being sick it was. So I had a bowl and paramedic state of being sick, so I was holding her bowl. So she got me sick of me. I'm being sick and she was. I've never been shook like that.
Really?
I can travel there. Honestly, I couldn't sit down, I couldn't lay down. It was difficult. And when I got to Pennyfields, they whipped me straight in for a scan, and I can't remember anything after that.
So, quite a few rules in Hornsea, isn't there? It's too much to think about. The fouling of land by dogs, maximum penalty, £1,000.
Well, this doesn't mention no dogs now.
Dog exclusion, dogs on lead. Jeez, God. Who's been in charge here? They've gone nuts. Haven't they?
Yeah. It's best after September for us because the dog can go in everywhere.
It's them turds that are dropped on 31st of March you've got to watch for. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You was in Leeds 3 months, weren't you?
In these 3 months, they must have saved a lot on catering bill, because I didn't have a lot to eat there.
Oh, tell them about that chap who you were talking to yesterday in Tesco.
Yeah.
Where he went in rehabilitation.
Oh,
Right.
We had a rainstorm and they took it out in Leeds and it did rehabilitation. They booked him for Paris. I can't get into the house, stuck on Champs-Élysées.
So story is that your real name's Robert, but everybody calls you Graham.
Yeah, well, my mother called me Graham right from the start. I never got Robert.
What really is not being able to talk then?
Frustrating. Because not only could I not talk, I can't move too well. And I got transferred onto a ward, which was quite a way from the station. So if I needed anything, I couldn't press Virgil's button because it were on the right side and I couldn't use this. And I couldn't shout. So every time I saw somebody passing, I was and funny story is that my cousin come and visited his grandson in next bed and he didn't recognise me. And I said, I'm your cousin. And they said, I got a cousin called Robert. Yeah, he's thought well, an imposter.
I've been coming to Seaside Caravan Park with my dad since I was a small boy. I remember the time when he accidentally stuck an Airfix Harrier jump jet to my grandma's table in her brand new caravan, and I swore I'd never tell. Coming back all these years later, it's clear to see the effects of coastal erosion on this stretch of the Yorkshire coast. The caravans are still there, but the land is slowly being taken by the sea.
So this is mad. Fristhorpe Beach.
Yeah, I've seen it on the map.
Yeah?
I've heard of this before.
I've never heard of this. I didn't even know it existed. I've lived here pretty much my whole life. It's just like the opening scene of Jaws, isn't it?
Yeah, busy beach, having fun. There's people in wetsuits, look.
Yeah, it's...
A bit like you last week.
Well...
What did you do with your old wetsuit?
So maybe you have to get down here.
Sorry, put back again.
That dog sounds like something of Ghostbusters, doesn't it?
Yeah. Come on then, good girl. Right, come on you, mister, up there. Oh, can you help?
Oh yeah, the easier route. Let's try and walk
Maybe.
together. Yeah?
What happens if I don't walk you? What happens then?
So I'm just saying, you know, it's just easier for me later on.
Just walk like this. Would be nice.
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Instead of me having to do like 3,000 edits
This is
just to
nice.
get you in on it.
Yeah, this is
You know?
nice. Yeah.
Just being a dickhead then, aren't you?
I just want to be
You
next
are.
to you.
You don't.
I want to be close to you.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Come on.
It's lovely.
Oh look, there's a classic Barnsley film here. Kez, you been watching Kez?
Kez there.
No, I don't know. Turkey.
DVD?
Yeah, it's true.
We could try.
There's plenty. Yeah, we can have a look, can't we?
Right. Selection in shows.
Rambo, Rocky,
Yeah.
Terminator.
Kinky boots. Iron Lady.
Loads of films.
Yeah. So, has it been relaxing?
Shaving Ryan's private.
So, how long are you here till? What day are you here till?
Saturday we
No,
should be, but
we're gonna go-
home earlier, aren't we? Because we forgot his insulin.
You could bring it back tomorrow.
That DVD, middle of shelf,
Yeah.
second at the bottom.
I found them. What's what?
What we're looking at? Evita.
Charlie's anal.
Oh,
What? Oh.
see you later. Safe journey. See you later. Bye-bye.
Right then, my co-pilots, you're not coming with me today?
No.
No, I'm on a mission. You got to work.
Gotta work. So you're on a mission?
I'm on a mission. I'm going to go and take this insulin for my dad. Pablo's having an off day again.
It's not too good. But I'll have your tea on the table when you get in.
Perfect. See you in a bit, darling.
Bye.
Bye. Right then, we've just pulled up at their services. I'm making my way across to see my mum and dad again, so I'm going back over to Ulrome. The reason for that is that dad's diabetic and he's forgotten his insulin, so I've offered to take it to him. Otherwise, they're going to have to cut their holiday short. Right, back from Greg's. So yeah, me and Claire were on a bit of a fasting, and we do this through the week. I don't know if anybody else does this intermittent fasting thing, but we tend to not have breakfast. I was really tempted to get something, but I decided not to. I just got myself a latte. My dad, where do we start with my dad? I think best way to describe his personality is the first time I ever drove any type of vehicle was a van. I always wanted to, impress my dad. It was really important to me as a kid. And he asked me to park a van down our drive at our old house. So I had no idea how any vehicle worked, but I didn't want to let him down. So I got into this van and I turned the key and put my foot down on the accelerator just like a dodgem. And I actually ran my dad over. You'd think that I'd get told off for this, and I've thought I'm in some serious trouble now. And I went inside, basically ran out of the way because I thought I was going to get clobbered. And he calmly walked back in and he told me to do it again. But he showed me how to do it. Calm as anything. It weren't a problem, despite the fact that I just ploughed him into the side of his house. That's what my dad's like. I'm going to have this cup of coffee, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about him before we set off. Really busy here. Lots of police knocking about. I think they must have some operation or something, but I always like to stop and have a little coffee before we start off. And like I say, although we're fasting, it's just over 100 calories or something like that. I know it's not the best, but still not bad. So we're going to hit the road again, and we'll pull up a little bit closer to where we are, and I'll just let you know what's been happening with Dad.
I must say, my family was amazing. They all come regularly to see me, and not only that, they looked after my wife Rita as well, and they'll be forever in the debt. So that's when you're doing this video, help them out to put a bit of star quality.
It does feel strange not having my travel companions with me, but by the same token, I get to play whatever music I like, which is quite rare nowadays. Both me and Claire have very, very different tastes in music, and I always feel guilty putting songs on that I like, because she says that they're too depressing.
If you care about me at all, you should focus on your problems, not putting the blame on me. So I won't pick up.
Claire's tend to be just like one beat all the way through. And maybe a couple of words that keep repeating just in case you didn't catch it. Well, we're in a place called North Cave, and like a lot of Yorkshire, it's full of pretty, pretty little villages, and this is no exception. Just give you a spin round. Got these lovely churches in Yorkshire. I mean, just look at that. Absolutely beautiful. This whole village is absolutely stunning. So growing up with my dad, he was like larger than life, a salesman by trade. He appreciated the finer things in life. He used to take us out and we'd go and eat Italian food in Italian restaurants, and he'd always encourage us to experience new things. He'd take us abroad to experience new cultures. When I expressed an interest in being a barrister around the age of 10, my dad decided to put me into paid for school to give me every chance. And then after 2 years of that, I decided that I wanted to be a rock star instead. And in true dad style, he supported me with that as well. But that kind of just shows what my dad is like. He takes everything in his stride, nothing gets him down. He's had some major setbacks in his life, but it never gets him down. Which brings us to this year with him. He started the year off in hospital. He had pneumonia. So over Christmas, he was there in hospital. He didn't spend Christmas with us this year, unfortunately. But then he came out of hospital, and then in March time, he was talking to my mum. My mum and dad, they always have a laugh. And he was speaking to my mum, and he said something that didn't quite make sense. My mum thought he was joking and went back to him. And then my dad did the same thing again. And my mum did the same thing back to him. And then she realised something was going wrong.
I do remember thinking, I'm not going to stop like this. I'm going to learn to speak.
So do you think your recovery has been through your will to get better, that you've willed yourself? As well as medical?
No, I think the some of it will, but reason that will there, because I wanted to get back to my family, and that will be motivation. I choose now whether I want to speak or not. I always like to talk to people and whether I met them or not, and say morning or but I don't know what reaction I'm gonna get, so I keep still. But if I was to give people advice about this, one thing you have to get used to, and I want people to alter it because it's not fair. I've been in shops and because I talk like this, and I haven't got grip in my hand. I can't do anything quickly. I don't want shop assistants saying, is somebody with you in the building? And I can't tell what you're saying. I'm trying my best, so back off. Because I can't do a lot, that's changed me. To sit back and watch someone doing something I used to do without blinking takes getting used to. I hope I never will, because Rita has been fabulous. And my brother lended his caravan, every brother and sister-in-law. And Rita had got absolutely everything ready for it. Apart from me, it's selling. I'm not contributing to it, same as I want to.
Why, what do you want to do?
Everything that I used to do, so your mother don't have to do it.
So the insulin's been delivered, and the plan was to take Mum and Dad out for something to eat, but Dad's having a bit of a tired day, so he's just woke up, and I don't think he's really up to going out, so we're going to go into Hornsea and get him some fish and chips. And I said that he didn't want much to eat, because he said he's piling weight on, so we're only going to have a fish sandwich. Anyway, I've upgraded him. He wanted fish chips and curry sauce, really, so we're going to go and do that. So we're back into Hornsea now. Let's see if we can get some nice fish and chips for him. So now it's time for the hardest part of the entire mission. We've got to try and get all this lot back in one piece. I've got a very interesting arrangement here, as you can see. We've got curry sauce in the cup holder, very handy. That's from breakfast. We've got fish and chips, GoPro, and some more curry sauce that side. So let's see if we can get this back without spilling it everywhere. Wish me luck.
Please write if you advice about how to conduct yourself having had brain surgery.
Yeah, don't get in touch if you want to know how to conduct yourself in general, because it's wrong, guy.
I am prone to telling a few jokes. 2 non-stalking. One says, it don't seem 9 months since Benedictus. I want to save my act because I don't want it to go global and everybody hears my jokes. Only can't I articulate it properly, though I've already heard him.
Yeah, damage your ticket sales for tour.
Yeah, I'd like that.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hated, don't give way to hating. And yet, don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream, and not make dreams your master. If you can think, and not make thoughts your aim. If you can meet with triumph and disaster, and treat those 2 impostors just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build 'em up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings, and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they're gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and, which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Live a life to the full, because this happened like that. Do something that excites you every day, and
Coco, stop it.
get rid of dogs. Mickey Mouse in Winnie Court. And Judge says to me, Mickey, you can't divorce Minnie just because she's ugly. And Mickey Mouse said, I didn't say she was ugly, I said she was goofy.